This is going to be a very dramatic story. I uploaded a video Wednesday where basically I just went over my entire 2018. I told you guys what I learned, what happened to me, all that fun shit. And I told you guys that this year started off really well. I lied. I wasn't lying when I said that I couldn't have started it any better in Disneyland with my entire family, but as soon as I got back to Texas, I'm not even kidding, like the worst thing that could have ever possibly happened, of course, happened. Actually, it's not like the worst possible thing that could have ever happened. I'll get into it. But it's pretty dramatic and it was terrifying. Like, I was like, of course this would happen to me. I can never have a decent New Year's. Like, every year is just gonna start off like absolute shit. So basically, like I said, I was in Disneyland for New Year's, then we went to Universal. I was with my whole family, and then I flew back to Texas like the day that my entire family went back to Arizona. So I got back here on the 4th. There's 400 people screaming and now there's dogs barking. I hate recording videos. Like, why does everybody have to interrupt me all the time? I literally sit on my ass all day and nobody does anything. There's no human interaction, like no people outside. Then as soon as I press record, it's like the entire world comes to my apartment complex. It's awesome. So I get back, everything is in perfect condition, everything's going great. I get back at like 3 p.m. I have another trip coming up. I'm actually gone this weekend when you're seeing this video. And so I told myself you need to unpack and do all your laundry and shit now, because if you don't do it now, you're never gonna get it done. And then you're just gonna fuck yourself over for your next trip. So I start doing laundry, I start unpacking, which if anybody knows me, I'm awful at unpacking. I mean, it always takes me months to like get everything fully unpacked. So I do everything this day. I get home at 3, I do everything that I need to, I edit a video, like I get so much done and I'm so proud of myself because I'm never productive. So I was like, damn, okay, I'm doing fantastic. After, you know, my long day of getting shit done, I'm starving, so I wanted to get Chick-fil-A and I was grabbing all my stuff and getting ready to leave. I open my door and a note falls down. And actually, let me get the note. Also, if you're from my stream, sorry because you've totally already heard this story, but that's fine. So I get to my apartment and this note falls to the floor because they just like shoved it in my door. It was in the cute little envelope, you know, and it has my name on it, has my apartment number, has my address and everything. So I'm not gonna show you guys the actual note itself, but I'm gonna read it to you. So keep in mind, I have just gotten back from my holiday vacation. I was gone for 2 weeks. I've never had anything like this happen before because I'm literally a child of God. I do nothing wrong. So I immediately started bawling my eyes out. Actually, let me preface this really quick by saying one more thing. So at my last apartment and this apartment complex, I mean, these are the only 2 apartments I've ever had on my own. We have like a resident portal, so I don't know if that's a thing with most apartment places. I would assume so because it's really easy to get everything done, like if you need assistance or if you need to pay something. And I can set up recurring payments for my rent so that every 1st of the month, it just automatically gets drafted. So I don't have to do anything personally. You guys know me, I don't have a good memory. So honestly, when I first moved out, this was like my biggest fear, was trying to pay all my bills because I can never remember anything. And having bills on different days really throws me off. So I have recurring payments set up for everything because I don't remember to do this shit. And every month I haven't had an issue. And I was thinking back the other day, I'm like, wait, I think I've paid my rent early every month. So maybe that's where I fucked up, but I'll get more into that. But basically what happened was that my rent didn't get drafted on the 1st. So I didn't pay my rent while I was in Disneyland. So I had no idea what was going on. So I come home to this letter. That's just like a little backstory to what is happening here. Listen to how dramatic this letter is. I was panicking. It says, notice to vacate for non-payment of rent, utilities, or other sums. That has my name, my apartment number, all that stuff. Then it says, dear resident, your rights of occupancy and possession are hereby terminated under the provisions of your lease. You are still liable for rent and other charges you may owe under the TAA lease contract. Details of unpaid sums are as below. And basically it was just like my rent and trash and like all that random shit that they charge you for, like bugs, like the bug guy, I don't fucking know, rodents. And then it says, demand for possession is hereby made. You are hereby given notice to vacate the dwelling on or before 11:59 p.m. on the 8th day of January 2019. Your failure to move out will then result in appropriate legal actions by us before the justice of the peace. Delay or postponement of such action does not waive our rights. This notice to vacate is unconditional. Unconditional. So I get this letter and at first I wasn't sure what it was. I had no idea. I saw that it said something about like, I thought they knew that I wasn't here that often. That's what I'm trying to say. I suck at words. Honestly, since I've moved to this apartment, I've probably been gone more than I've actually been here because I visit Arizona all the time. I go on trips and shit. So I just assumed that maybe they knew I wasn't here a lot and they were like saying something about that and I had no idea. And then for some reason, because I'm exhausted, keep that in mind, I had woken up at like 5 a.m. for my flight. I flew for like 3 hours, which really isn't a long flight. But then I'm doing all of this stuff throughout the day, getting all this stuff done on like little to no sleep. And so my mind just thinks like, maybe they're telling me I can rent my own apartment out. I don't know why this is like the first thing that comes into my head because I'm never here. So they're like, hey, while you're not here, rent out your apartment. I don't know. Don't ask. I have no idea. So at first I'm like, oh, okay, like whatever. This is not a big deal at all. And then I start reading it and then I just start bawling my eyes out. So I grab my phone. I immediately try to call my dad because that's just my solution to everything is call my dad and have him fix my problems for me. He doesn't answer. Start crying even harder. And at the bottom it says, if you wish to discuss the notice or you vacating the dwelling, please contact us. And there's a phone number, there's an email, and there's the guy's name. So I tried calling the guy like 14 times. He doesn't answer and there's no voicemail. Like I can't leave a voicemail, it just hangs up on you. So I was like, okay, cool, he doesn't want to talk to me. So I email him this long email just begging them not to kick me out of my apartment because I was so confused and so scared because if I have to move out, it's not the end of the world. And I was trying to tell myself that too. They gave me like 4 days notice. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll hire a moving truck tomorrow and get my shit out. And I could probably easily find another apartment, but I didn't want to. And I also like was just sad because I'm like, oh my God, they're kicking me out. Like I hate doing things wrong and I hate being in trouble. Like this is a lot of trouble. Like I kicked out of my apartment. So I was scared and I was panicking. And so I tried calling this guy a million times. I sent him this long email. It's like a sob story. I'm telling him like, I didn't do this on purpose. I'm like a perfect resident. I promise. I pay my rent on time. This was like a complete misunderstanding. I don't know why my payment didn't get drafted because they didn't even attempt to pull the money. It's not like the money wasn't there and it got declined. They never pulled the money. I checked, don't worry. So after I tried calling him and I email him, I go on and I pay all of the money that I owe them. They charge me like this fucking ridiculous late fee too, which I'm like not even gonna try to get it back because I'm like, it's fine. So I call my stepmom and I'm crying and she was like, okay, stop crying. You're gonna be fine. They're not gonna kick you out of your apartment. And she's actually taking real estate classes right now. She's gonna be a real estate agent. She works with all that stuff anyways. So she was telling me all the stuff that she's learned in her class. She was like, they can't do this. This is probably just, you know, standard procedure for if you don't pay your rent, you're gonna get kicked out, obviously. So they're threatening you, of course, because they kind of have to. But I'm thinking, this is really harsh. This is a really harsh threat for them to make, especially the unconditional portion. That's what really got me going. The fact that it says this notice to vacate is unconditional. Like you cannot fight this, that's what I'm assuming. And so I keep reading that to her and she was like, I promise I'm not gonna kick you out. So I go get Chick-fil-A, I try to calm myself down a little bit, I pay all my shit, I check all of my other bills because I'm terrified now because what if, you know, I fucked up my entire life. And then the next day, I go down to the leasing office and normally, it's like, this is like the most ridiculous part. I was really nervous to go down there and I was gonna go right in the morning when I woke up because I thought that would be the best time to go. But I wanted to be like ready and look professional when I went down there because I was just scared that if I looked homeless, they wouldn't let me stay. I don't know why, like these are the things that go through my head. So I like get ready for the day. I put on a really nice outfit, which I never even do. Like I wear this shit 24/7 if I'm not wearing a big t-shirt or a sweatshirt. And so I go down there looking really nice. I was the sweetest angel to this woman. I'm like, if I get mad, like they're probably gonna, like I was just thinking if I do anything wrong here, I'm gonna fuck myself over. Because normally with this stuff too, I get kind of angry, mainly because this isn't my fault. Like what happened was not my fault. I have the recurring payment set up. Like this has nothing to do with me. It's their system that didn't pull my money. But I was like, okay, even if it is their fault, be nice to them or else they're gonna kick you out. So I go down there and I bring the piece of paper and I just walk in and I have it in my hand and she can see it. And I was like, hi, I was like, I just got back from vacation and this was on my door and I'm really confused. And she goes, oh, yeah. Right when she says that, I'm like, oh, I'm 100% getting kicked out. She does not give a shit. So I was like, I have recurring, and I just started going off because like the way that she just responded, it seemed like yeah, I expected you to come down here. So I start panicking and she's like, wait, what's your apartment number? So she types it in. She's like, oh, you already paid your rent. And I was like, well, yeah, I paid yesterday because I got scared. And I was like, I just didn't realize that my money didn't go through. She was like, oh, you're fine. And I was like, I'm fine? She's like, yeah, like you're good. And I was like, why did you give this to me? This is the most terrifying letter that anybody could ever possibly receive. She's like, I think it's a new form. A lot of people have been panicking over the last few days. And I'm thinking, no shit. I was 100% convinced that I was going to be kicked out of my apartment. And I'm sure everybody else who got this letter thought the same thing because that's what it says. So essentially she tells me that if you don't pay rent by the 4th, they issue this letter because they're saying you have to pay your rent or else this is gonna happen. But that's not clearly stated on the letter itself. And so I told her that. I'm like, I thought I was getting kicked out, 100%. I'm like, this is not a fun note to get. Like, just send me a text that says, hey, by the way, you haven't paid your rent yet, is everything okay? Don't tell me that my notice to vacate is unconditional. That's not fun. Also, we have like this parcel pending thing where you basically have to pay to get packages, or I guess not pay to get packages. It's so that Amazon or FedEx, whatever, they don't have to put packages at your door and risk them getting stolen. You can pay $3 a month and there's like a place that you can go to. It's essentially like your own, like FedEx. And there's boxes and you have like a code, whatever. I had a package over Christmas and it was sitting at the parcel pending place and I got a text every single day that my package was still there. And I'm thinking, you can send me a text every day saying I have a package, but you can't just send me a quick reminder saying you haven't paid your rent? Like, I don't understand that at all. Like, that makes no sense to me. So basically, I spent my first 2 days back home in Texas after my wonderful vacation with my family thinking I was going to be homeless. So that's fantastic. I'm also just thinking about all of the terror that they probably caused because, I mean, okay, this is a huge apartment complex. There's so many people who live here. And I'm sure a lot of people either, one, didn't get their money drafted because mine didn't, so I'm assuming it's not just an issue with me, or two, I mean, they forget it's the holidays, there's so much going on, it's so chaotic, so they forgot to pay their rent. So I'm just curious how much chaos there was, how many people were calling, how many people went down there to the office. I think I happened to see my letter a couple hours after they put it in my door because I was so busy just doing all this shit during the day. But I can only imagine how many people were like, well, fuck. How many people like made plans, they were like, I'm getting kicked out, because this letter 100% makes you feel like you're getting kicked out. It's not just like a warning saying, hey, you need to pay your rent. It's like, you're done. We're done with you. You fucking suck. So that's my dramatic story. I just spent 20 minutes talking about that. I probably could have just said, I got a notice on my door saying that I was gonna get evicted, but I didn't, because it was a misunderstanding. But this is my channel and this is what I do here. Other than that, I've had an amazing new year. It's about a week into the new year. If I was actually getting kicked out, I'd have to be out by tomorrow, so that's fun, but I don't have to leave. So we're staying in my cute little apartment. I love this apartment too. I would be so sad if I had to leave. I love this little bitch. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I miss having these stupid little story times to tell you guys. Even though they're terrifying in the moment, I just love like telling the story itself. I don't know why. Also, I don't know why I want to say this, but I really want to say this. I know a lot of you guys kind of know me from my friends, or I mean, I guess you know of my friends or you watched my friends in the past, but a lot of my friends are Minecraft YouTubers, or I guess they used to be. None of them are Minecraft YouTubers anymore. But I myself have been streaming a lot of Minecraft because I'm 12 years old, and I actually made an SMP. If you guys want to be a part of my SMP, come to my streams. I'm not joking. It's a sub server, so you have to be subscribed to me on Twitch for at least a month to join, but it's so much fun. Like, we just started it and it's so addicting. We have so many people. It's so much fun, you guys. But I just wanted to throw that out there. If you want to play Minecraft with me, you can. I got my own server, bitch. But okay, again, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Bye. I love that I just promoted my Minecraft server. Never in my life would I think any of those words would come out of my own mouth. But I have a Minecraft server. And it's named AIDS Land, which is like even better. Also, I know everybody's gonna get pissed because I wore my cardigan around my weenus. Wore it around my weenus the whole time. I like how it looks. So fuck you. See ya.